Q3829. When landing behind a large aircraft, the pilot should avoid wake turbulence by staying A. Above the large aircraft's final approach path and landing beyond the large aircraft's touchdown point. B. Below the large aircraft's final approach path and landing before the large aircraft's touchdown point. C. Above the large aircraft's final approach path and landing before the large aircraft's touchdown point. The correct answer is A. When landing behind a large aircraft, it is recommended to maintain your altitude at or above the large aircraft's final approach path. Observe the touchdown point of the large aircraft and aim to land beyond it. This practice helps ensure a safe distance and minimizes the risk of wake turbulence from the preceding aircraft, which can affect the handling characteristics of your own aircraft. By landing beyond the touchdown point, you reduce the chances of encountering the disturbed air created by the large aircraft during its landing. 3830. When departing behind a heavy aircraft, the pilot should avoid wake turbulence by maneuvering the aircraft A. Below and downwind from the heavy aircraft. B. Above and upwind from the heavy aircraft. C. Below and upwind from the heavy aircraft. The correct answer is B. When departing behind a heavy aircraft, the pilot should avoid wake turbulence by maneuvering the aircraft above and upwind from the heavy aircraft. Wake turbulence is generated by the wings of an aircraft as it generates lift. The strongest vortices are produced when the aircraft is heavy, clean, without flaps or other high-lift devices, and slow. These vortices sink and move downward and outward from the aircraft. By maneuvering above the heavy aircraft and upwind, the pilot can minimize the risk of encountering the wake turbulence. This positioning helps to ensure that the departing aircraft remains clear of the descending wake turbulence. 2039. What wind condition prolongs the hazards of wake turbulence on a landing runway for the longest period of time? A. Light quartering headwind. B. Direct tailwind. C. Light quartering tailwind. The correct answer is C. The wind condition that prolongs the hazards of wake turbulence on a landing runway for the longest period of time is a light quartering tailwind. When an aircraft lands with a quartering tailwind, the wind has a tendency to carry the wake turbulence across the landing runway, increasing the risk for subsequent aircraft. The wake turbulence generated by an aircraft can linger in the air for a significant amount of time, especially under stable atmospheric conditions. It is important for pilots to exercise caution and maintain proper spacing when landing behind an aircraft that has landed with a quartering tailwind to avoid encountering the lingering wake turbulence. 2234-1. A go-around from a poor landing approach. A. Should not be attempted unless circumstances make it absolutely necessary. B. Is preferable to last-minute attempts to prevent a bad landing. C. Should not be attempted after the landing flare has been initiated regardless of airspeed. The correct answer is B. A go-around from a poor landing approach is preferable to last-minute attempts to prevent a bad landing. If the pilot determines that the landing approach is not going as planned and there is a significant risk of an unsafe landing, initiating a go-around is the recommended course of action. It allows the pilot to discontinue the approach, gain altitude, and set up for a better approach and landing. It is important for pilots to prioritize safety and make the decision to go around, when necessary, rather than attempting to salvage a poor landing.